The Sunday Media Pulse is now live on the air on YouTube. Welcome aboard if you're watching us live. Congrats. Welcome to the show. If you are watching at a later date, that's fine. More to your convenience. Everybody is busy these days, so we welcome you aboard. I've also many a times talked about the drama taking place at KTVU externally. The fact that their anchors have become irksome and really just totally unwatchable, like Mike Meeback and Claudine Wong and Pam Cook and Dave Clark. It's just they're obviously not the old KTVU, but presently now we have internal drama at KTVU. Some things I've touched upon in the past, I wasn't too specific, but now I can be a little bit more specific. Okay, let's cut to the chase. KTVU, the Fox O&O in the Bay Area. There are situations taking place within the newsroom that present a lot of uncomfortableness, if you will. Anchor. This guy's not one of the stars. He's more of the, mid-level KTVU anchors. But he's Greg Lee. And Greg Lee is so annoyed, is so fed up with management. He went to HR, the HR boss, and said, look, this has got to stop. What has got to stop? There's a lot of turbulence there, a lot of special treatment for some, lots of goings on that a lot of the rank and file, including the on-air people, that are not too happy with, which may in part have led to the fact that two things. Excuse me, folks. Two things. The news director about a month ago took a leave of absence. Okay, that's not that big of a deal in most companies, whatever industry. People take leaves of absence. Sometimes it's medical related. Sometimes it's, who knows, domestic, personal, what have you. People take leaves of absence. In this case, Simone Aponte, she's the news director at KTVU. She's the one who took the leave of absence. Why? A lot of people are telling me it has to do with the GM, Melinda Hartnell, who I've mocked in the past for never, ever seemingly never to appear in the office, always away, always away. Who runs the station? Nobody knows, because Hartnell's hardly ever there. And now people are complaining, most notably Aponte. Now, let me make it clear. I don't know specifically the absolute reason why Aponte took a leave of absence, but I know she is fed up with the GM, Hartnell. And it's reached an epic proportion level to where, and this is quite obvious if you look and read between the lines, but KTVU, and look, they dominate still in the morning. Their morning programming is largely, and you could watch it and see for yourself, a monopoly. Nobody really competes with it. Maybe KPIX, but hardly. Channel 7 is lost. And NBC Bay Area's got the Today Show, and they hardly do any local. They have local inserts. So KTVU is still solid in the morning, but after that, folks, it's rough. This situation now has got the attention of the Fox heads, the firm. And you don't mess with the firm, especially if you're one of the stations they own, which is the case in the Bay Area. It's no longer Cox. It's Fox. It rhymes, but that's the only symmetry. So there's a lot going on. And if you notice them still sticking with Mike Meeback, doubling down, him and the ultra nauseatingly boring Wonder Bread Claudine Wong. Oh my God. And Meeback is just Believe me, he's just so, and he's unwatchable. And now he's trying to inject personality, which makes it worse because you can't inject personality. You are what you are. You're a phony if you try to be somebody other than what you are. And Meback just doesn't have it. And their numbers are historically down. Cron is beating KTVU at times at 6 o'clock, 11 o'clock too, as is CBS. So we'll wait and see on that front. But the thing is this: Greg Lee, the anchor, went to HR and said, I've had it. And HR is looking at the matter. So that's on that front. What will it mean in terms of overall viewership? And I mean, look, for the sake of argument, you probably don't know it because people are not scowling. People are not, hemming and hawing. But you now know those long faces at times. The reason why the long faces is because the inner turbulence, and I do mean turbulence at KTV. I'll give them credit because they go about their business. Some of them, like me back, like Wong, like Pam Cook, like Dave Clark. Well, Dave Clark is just a complete phony. Pam Cook, good. You lost some weight. You lost some weight, but your overall dryness, your Wonder Bread, oh my God, it's so boring. It's terrible. But that's Pam Cook and Dave Clark. Look, folks, if this situation with the GM and the news director continues to be what it is, expect changes at KTVU. Maybe a new GM, maybe a new news director. She's now on week 6 of her leave of absence, and who knows what's going to happen. I'll see you later. My name is Rich Lieberman. It's the Sunday Media Pulse here at the Bay Area Media Pulse. I cover, analyze, and critique Bay Area news, radio, television, the internet. And please like me here, subscribe to my channel, and you will get the utmost 100% opinion, fact, and then some on the Bay Area Media Pulse. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.